Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. We're having a beautiful Sunday here in Missouri. It was really cool this morning and awesome, and I decided to officially declare this as the first day of fall, even though it doesn't start technically until Tuesday. But I went shopping with my daughter to the local produce stand, and we bought like the decorative gourds and corn stalks and mums for our deck and our front porch. So I am in the fall frame of mind. So I know it's probably going to get up to like 90 next week or something ridiculous, but for now, in my book, it feels like fall. So anyway, speaking of fall, you'll see something in this unboxing that's kind of fallish. I don't want my videos to be all about unboxing and buying and accumulating. Those are super fun to watch, and it's fun to see when you're getting something that you've really wanted to add to your hobby. But and I wasn't gonna really planning on buying any more pens right now. Anyhow, I did decide to go ahead and buy this item, and I will tell you more about it in a second. But why I was not going to buy it, well, maybe I can explain that as we open it. But I was talking to Jen at Jen's TNs, and she has this item. A while back I commented on one of her videos, and I said, she was saying, oh, I don't like this, I think it was this thing that she didn't like the handle of, and I said, oh, I love it because I love fall colors. So that was kind of funny because we had a different perspective on that. And then I saw Mystery Arts and Crafts, and she had the same item, and people were commenting on it. And I thought, well, Jen was saying, you know, the nib is plastic, and I was like, well, I don't know if I want to get a plastic one. So anyway, let's open it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But after hearing from Jen that her dip pen, gotta figure out how to open this now. Actually, she had one, not this, a different one that actually cracked sitting in the box in the drawer. And even though I thought a dip pen would be fun, and my daughter-in-law tried this is one I have that's my daughter's. It's like a feather, obviously, just a cheapy nib dip pen, but it's really fun to write with, and she liked that. And I got to think, well, it'd be kind of fun to use the dip pen. And I was talking to my husband about it, and well, let me back up. So my daughter-in-law liked it, and I made me kind of reconsider the idea of getting something that's in my new hobby line, but slightly different, because right now all my ink pens are pretty much the same. They're mostly broads, and one medium stuck in there, and one 1.1. So anyway, I started to rethink my decision not to get the glass dip pen because it was plastic. But then Jen was saying, yes, her glass one broke, but she said for just quick swatching, she has liked this one. And then I think at Mystery Arts and Crafts, she was saying it was a good kind of pen if you were going somewhere and you thought you might want to work on your pen stuff, inks, you know, and this is kind of a travel version. So this is kind of a nice little box. I don't know what D-like is, but I know I like this. This is that's so cool. I love to look at the writing like that. Chinese, and this is the Moomman fountain pen. There's nothing else in here. On Amazon, it was saying how it's a pen to write with. As you can see, there's a nib unit here. Anyhow, I tend to kind of ramble because I don't usually have notes in front of me, but I went kind of full circle. No, I don't want that. I don't need a dip pen. Those look fun, to trying the feather, and it was fun, to thinking, yeah, it would be kind of fun to have, whoopsie, a pen to swatch inks with. So I think, you know, I'm not even going to figure this out right now, but I believe that, well, it does go in here. I think Mystery Arts and Crafts was saying you have to take this off in order to fit it in. I don't know that I will ever use it as a dip pen. I had the Moomman Wankai Mini. I had two of them. One I sent back. The first one I let my granddaughter Whitney keep because I just wasn't liking writing with it because it was a fine nib. I found it to be scratchy, and it just wasn't a pleasurable experience to write with it. I'm like, I have these other TWSBIs with the broader nibs, and I actually prefer that, so I let her have that. So why do I say that? I won't write with this, probably. I mean, maybe I'll try it at some point just for fun, but I haven't liked their fine nibs, so I don't think I'll like that any better. So I might just keep it clean. But see, isn't that neat? So the little mini, I wouldn't even want to call it a debate, but the conversation at Mystery Arts and Crafts was, she was mentioning something about the glass nib, and then people said, no, it's not glass, it's plastic. But on Amazon it said fountain pen and glass nib. So, but then they were saying at Mystery Arts and Crafts that it was so light that it seemed like it had to have been plastic. So I think I need to review this. I don't really know, but I guess we take that out. Well, maybe that's how that works. And then maybe that will screw in there. Who knows? All I know is I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's okay, because like I said, I'm not going to use it for that. I bought it for this because I liked writing with this little thingy, the quill with the nib. It just felt really kind of like old-fashioned, and like how they used to write things, and I just thought that was so cool. And I have gotten the neatest shading actually with using this and my pens that have the cool shading. They've shown up marvelously with the sheen, or the shading has shown up marvelously with this, and the ink shows up anyway, but the shading aspect, for some reason, I don't know, this really brought that out. It was so neat, and on the Tomoe River paper, that is. And so I just thought this would be super fun for swatching or sampling inks when I want to do several and I don't want to keep switching out a pen, cleaning a pen, switching the inks, that this would be neat. Another thing Jen said too, going back to the nib breaking, I thought, if it's going to break and I spend $30 on a glass dip pen, I would rather have I think I ended up getting this for about $15 actually. I'd rather have that break than a glass pen you can't do anything about. And if this were to chip, I can figure out how to add the nib unit and use it that way. But I do love the colors here, getting back to my original mention of this being like a nice fall day, even though it's not technically fall. The colors on this are like right up my alley. They totally speak to me. I love the fallish themes. I love other colors too, but these are like colors I just feel at home with. They feel like me. That's maybe a good way of putting it. I think there's countless beautiful colors in creation. I mean, but when I pick something out, or I want something that just seems at home to my soul, it sounds corny, but you know what I mean. It's these fallish type colors. So this is a perfect day to do this unboxing on my self-proclaimed first day of fall. So I thought it might be fun if we just try a little dipping escapade here. This is my new ink swatch book. This is the Waypoint Cherry Skies from Chic Sparrow. It is getting all worn in. I've had it, oh man, I can't remember if it was this winter or the previous winter. Isn't that funny? A while, several months if not a year, but I don't know, I can't remember. And I like it a lot. It is darkening, so the original more cherry finish is deepening, probably because that's where I handle it the most. So it's cool. I like this. The inside is still much more vividly colored. But anyway, I digress. Just wanted to show you that. Some of you have commented on seeing a little bit more of this. And just a quick review. What I've done here is put this Traveler's Notebook size insert from Goulet Pens, which I really like this notebook. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's Tomoe River paper, and it's the 52 GSM, but for some reason, it feels better than others. I don't know how and why that could be, but it is. And then this one is also 52 GSM Tomoe River paper that I got at Paper Penguin on Etsy. And so this is where I've done my little ink bottle swatches, which is super fun. This paper is amazing too. It's the same paper, but this setup, I don't know, it just feels different to me. And then back here is just the inexpensive Amazon TNs, a rougher finish, but I mean, they work fine to write with the pens, generally, fountain pens. But I don't think you get the full effect, sometimes the shading or the sheen as much. So I have that in here because I thought it might be interesting to compare. So like if I do something like this and do a little writing sample on Tomoe River paper, but then see how it compares on regular paper. Because my thing is, I have these few inks and pens, and I'm enjoying it. I don't want to just always have to write on the nice paper. So, experimenting with a less expensive type paper to see what my results will be will help me use the pens, I think, overall in everyday stuff. And so, again, I'm getting off topic here, but that's just my basic setup, and I think I showed you I added this little inked section so I knew what was in which pen, because I did have a moment where I thought two pens had the same ink, and they didn't. They were just writing different because one was fine and one was broad. So since this is the Kujaku Iroshi, I have to look at it to pronounce it, Iroshizuku pen. This is the peacock one. I can never remember that word for peacock. I can generally get the long pilot name for this pen out, but the funny thing is I can't always remember Kujaku or Jaku or however you say it. So, but let's try this clean right now. Probably not going to be in a few minutes. And I didn't grab a wipe. I just have a little packet of baby wipes I keep on my craft cabinet or craft cart for moments like this, and I forgot to grab them, but I do have this paper towel, so that will be our friend. Now somebody said dip it in and then just kind of get the excess off, but you said dip all the way, the whole nib or pretty close to the top, and then these little grooves hold the ink, and they also said you can turn it as you write to get more of the ink to flow down. So like it'll come down the grooves, but if it stops writing, switch the pen in your hand so that you can get more of the ink. So when you cap it, I forgot to point that out, which is a really neat feature, and this is really pretty. It's shiny now. Screws on like that, and it's a nice size pen. And I really like that slightly tapered effect. That really draws me with a lot of the fountain pen styles, wider to narrower at the end. Trying to look. Last time I did a video, I got my hair in the way. I have kind of moppy hair, for lack of a better word, sometimes. Okay, that doesn't really look like it's dripping too much or too full. So let's just write the name of the ink again. Ooh, I like that. Iroshizuku. If I say it out loud, it's easier to spell. Kujaku. And this is the Moomman Dip pen. Jen was saying that she thought for this kind of swatching idea that this was a really good pen. She didn't think that writing long term with it, you know, like a long letter maybe would be as good. I'm not sure why she said that. I can't remember, but I do remember her saying that now. And I think this is super fun though. It's a nice bold line, really. I think it was actually a fine, well, okay, duh. So this little doodad is, I think the fine, although I can't read it now, the fine nib, and then this is just whatever a dip pen nib is, but it's really fun to write with. It kind of makes you slow down and just enjoy the experience. But let's see maybe what else we can do. So I'm going to turn it a little bit. Gail's Bookish Things. I love writing with fountain pens, and actually or dip. So it's starting to fade, it's getting lighter. It started out very bold, very thick lines, and not so distinct everywhere like my A and my O are kind of solid. And then as the ink is used up on this nib, it's starting to get lighter, and the lines are a little more thin and slightly more distinct. But see, the super wham cool amazing thing is you start to get that sheen with the broader line, where I switched my pen, you know, kind of just moved it in my hand, started rewriting. I don't know that it's going to show up, but I can see here the red or coppery effects in these letters of this Iroshizuku Kujaku ink. There, how's that for a mouthful? I should tell my family I can speak Japanese and say that. They'll be impressed. Okay, so I'll stop with that. You get the idea, and I keep trying not to make these videos too long, and they always end up being like, I go blah 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 and get off on a tangent, and really I just wanted to show you this. I think this is going to be so fun. I don't really have any new inks ordered right now, although Chris, you know her, she's that really nice woman who does all kinds of cool ink things. Anyway, she had posted on Instagram a coppery looking orange ink. I think it was a Colorverse Tango or Mango or something. I can't remember now, but if I order one, I might want to get that because I think it would go good with my orange Twisby, and it would be a fun fall color. And I actually thought about buying a fall color ink, and then I told myself, nope, you don't need to do that because you already have them. So I have Scotch Brown, and I have Green Marine, which is almost more wintry to me. I have the Alt Gold Green, which is a good fall color in my way of looking at it, or spring. And then the Diamine Sepia will also be a really good one to put in a pen for the fall, just to kind of bring out more of those colors in my writing. So there, I will clean this up when we are done here. That's all. There's my new little show and tell. And I did want to mention real quickly, if you are into Bible journaling, I do show a lot of my pages more on Instagram. I've had a couple of you comment very kindly to show more process videos, and I like to do that, but it takes a little bit more time. So oftentimes if I do a page, I just like to share that on that form of social media because it's quick, and I usually don't do complicated pages. So to make a movie out of it or a little video, it might just be an overkill. But if you want to see more of Bible journaling pages, go to Gail's Bookish Things on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy the fall. It officially starts Tuesday, but my mug says it's fall today, and my pen says it's fall, so I'm pretending it's fall. Take care. See you next time. Bye.